Welcome back in. Geico Outkick Studios. Petros Papadakis, always a lot of fun. As we start to turn from what happened in the NFL Week 5, we can't yet have our top 5, bottom 5, because a lot of you are waking up this morning and you're listening to me and you're like, oh my God, we still have another NFL game? Yes. Tuesday night football. Yes, the very rare Tuesday night football going on tonight in Nashville, my hometown. The Titans going to be hosting the Buffalo Bills in what, frankly, probably the biggest game of the week. I mean, really, if you want to be honest, the Bills sitting at 4-0, the Titans sitting at 3-0. Whoever wins this game is going to be one of a handful of undefeated teams that are still left in the NFL. And as well as the Bills are playing right now, the Bills may be well in contention, not just for finally winning the AFC East, but also potentially for being able to contend for that home field advantage. Because right now, the Steelers are 4-0. You've got the Titans, like I said, at 3-0, and that's it. So whoever wins this game will be at after 5 weeks, basically, your overall number 1 seed in the NFL. I think that would be accurate. I'm not always an expert at the tie-break scenarios, but certainly if the Bills win, they would be the only 5-0 team in the entirety of the AFC. So boom, they're the number 1 seed after 5 weeks. If the Titans win, there would be 2 undefeated teams left, the Steelers and the Titans, who, by the way, are going to be playing in Nashville in 2 weeks. But the Steelers, less than 2 weeks, I guess, the Steelers and the Titans both would be 4-0, and the Titans would have a better win over the Bills. And so I think that would be the tiebreak, and the Titans would be right now. I believe that's true. I believe the Titans would be your number 1 seed. Also, the Titans would have 3 wins in the conference, whereas the Steelers have 2. So I think that would be the other tiebreak that would be in play here. So I think whoever wins this game tonight between the Bills and the Titans is going to be your number 1 seed in the NFL, in the AFC, through the 5th week of the season. That's a pretty big game. I think it's going to have a monster audience. The NBA is done. I know the ALCS and the NLCS is going on, but I think there'll be a lot of people that are interested in tuning in for this game. And frankly, I'm interested to see what it's like to go to an NFL game during these COVID protocols. My understanding is there's only going to be like 8,000 Titan fans. This will be the first home opener for fans in the stadium. What will it look and feel like? I don't even know what to expect, but I'm pretty excited to go see it. And by the way, who exactly is going to be eligible to play for the Titans? The Titans outbreak has been going on for so long now that they keep bringing guys back who are passing the COVID protocol. In other words, they tested positive, and they then have been out long enough that they have now come back and tested negative. So I would expect that the Titans may be able to rotate on a couple of more guys. Here's the other question. What in the world is reasonable to expect tonight from the Titans, who really haven't had much traditional practice over the past 2 weeks? We had a non-traditional start to the season. Titans come out, win 3 close games. They could easily be 0-3. Instead, they're 3-0. But how much out of whack are they going to look and feel playing on Tuesday after not really being able to practice for some substantial period of time? There are a lot of questions. By the way, the Bills are around a 3.5-point favorite in this game, so that will be a really interesting storyline to follow as we go forward. So I'll be on Wednesday breaking down everything, letting you know what it's like to be in a football stadium during the COVID pandemic with the NFL rules in place, and I can't wait to hang out with you guys on Wednesday. So we'll see what ends up happening. I think the Titans have some value as a 3.5-point underdog. I also think the over has some value. That's how I'll be playing it as we continue to break down everything going forward. And I'd encourage you guys to go download the podcast. We had an absolutely loaded show today. Jorge Masvidal, the UFC fighter, was on with us in the first hour of the program. Jason Whitlock, as he always is, for a Tuesday edition of the program. Fantastic stuff there. And we just finished with Petros Papadakis all of that. Go download, search out my name, Clay Travis. Give us 5 stars. Danny G may read your review later this week on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Appreciate all of you hanging out with us. I am Clay Travis. This has been Outkick the Coverage on Fox Sports Radio.